Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to TNX. I'm super excited to be here with you all today. So I'll start off by introducing myself. My name is Aiden Mcnally. I'm the co-founder of Relief Alliance, president of Wealth Strategy Media, and I help spearhead the youth group here at TNX. So I'm thrilled to be alongside my amazing co-host again for our 4th episode, Charlie Leroy. She's not just any 10-year-old. It's absolutely insane what she does. She's a 10-year-old prodigy. She's an actor. She's a model. She has her own fashion design company, and everything that she does is made completely by hand. So I'm astonished of what she's capable of. Then before we jump into our episode, I want to give a big shout out to our production team here at TNX. We have my dad, Jeremy McNally. He is the executive producer of the show. Jamie Leroy, she is Charlie's mom, and she's just a major part in TNX and helping make this possible. We have Taneki and Robert Graham with Saying No to Drugs is Cool, Stephanie Finley with S. Finley Photos. Thank you all so much for all of your help. And one more thing, it would not be possible without the Easy Way TV and Eric Zuli. They are the reason this platform gets over 500 million views every single episode that we push this out. So I want to start off by introducing you, Charlie. So Charlie, tell me what you do and how is your day today?
I'm doing great today. I'm an actor, model, and designer, and I enjoy co-hosting with you.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's awesome talking to you because I swear every time that I talk to you and your mom, it's always something new. You always got some crazy stories going on. But I want to dig in deeper to your business. What inspires you, or who inspires you the most in your line of work with your fashion design company?
A lot of people inspire me. Each project is different, and someone who inspires me is Hedy Lamarr. She was a scientist, actress, and model.
Oh, that's amazing. It's always amazing to have someone to look up to. That's where you can pick your goals and then have something to strive for. One of the biggest things I look up to my dad. So shout out to him. He's behind the scenes doing the engineering today. But you're so young. What was your first thought that you wanted to start your own brand?
Well, I modeled in a Dior outfit, and after I got off the stage and went home, I started making these designs on my dolls with whatever I could get my hands on to.
That's good. How old were you?
I was 6.
That's crazy. I wish I had that work ethic when I was that young. I was playing on my trampoline. Yeah, I don't even want to remember, but it's awesome how much you've accomplished at such a young age. What has been the most challenging part in working so far? Because you have to handle schooling, your design, you have pageants, there's so many different things going on. How do you manage all that and keep a clear head?
It's a lot, but my mom helps me a lot, and one thing I taught myself was to stay happy, and this was my motto since I was 3 years old. Choose happiness, not madness or sadness.
Well, seriously, that's the most amazing way to think, because what does any of those things actually do for you? Being mad at something, it's not going to change the fact. Being stressed, it's not going to change the fact that you have all this work. I mean, if you just live in the moment and, just get things done one by one, you'll succeed. So yeah, can you tell me like a project that you recently worked on, like you really had to push your creativity on?
Finishing my stuff to go to San Francisco for my next show.
Oh crap! You have to. Yeah, I remember. You have to go all the way down to San Fran. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Oh, that'll be awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing some clips of that. How long have you been working up to? How long have you been working on stuff for that?
About a month.
Oh, are you serious? Oh crap! That's how long. How long do you typically spend in like a? Do you like work on clothes like every single day? Do you have like? Does it take like hours every day for a
Yeah.
month? Oh my god! That must. Do you have to? So you have to like when you make it by hand. That's the cool. That must be the coolest process to do. Like, is it hard? To, you have a little needle and I don't know. Can you explain that process to me?
Well, first I either pick out the fabric or I draw something on like a piece of paper. Um,
Mhm.
and then I sometimes if there's beading, then I sew it by hand onto the fabric. Then I used my sewing machine to sew the dress or suit together.
Man, that's crazy. That's an awesome process. I love, if you ever want to show me how to make something, I'd love to be there and make something. That's my grandmother. She used to always be knitting stuff, and it's cool. I want to start learning how to be creative and make stuff, and get off the computer all day. but yeah, so are you excited for the guest today? It's
Mhm.
gonna it's gonna be this is gonna be a good episode. I'm excited. This guy, it's a very special guest. He is a social media director at Relief Alliance and Wealth Strategy Media, and also McNally Software. So he handles all the blogging, all of our social media stuff and trend research. So big shout out to him for helping all that. He's volunteering his time. So this is not a lot of people out there like him. But before we go into that, we got to go right to a quick commercial break. So we'll see you guys right after.
When disaster strikes, it doesn't just take homes. It takes safety and it takes hope.
Aiden and I, we've stood side by side with families that have lost everything in one moment and became homeless. All it takes is one act of kindness to change everything for them.
And that's why me and my dad started Relief Alliance, to help individuals overcome their toughest moments.
But we can't do it alone. There's families out there right now that need your help.
And for the price of 2 cups of coffee, you can provide a family food, clothes, water, and shelter every single month. Donate today at reliefalliance.org.
That's reliefalliance.org. Please be the hope that a family needs tomorrow. Thank you.
EZedway Interactive. Start connecting the EZedway. Are you ready to connect like never before? Introducing the EZedway Interactive app, your ultimate social solutions network. Whether you're looking to network, collaborate, or simply share ideas, EZedway makes it easy to engage with like-minded individuals and organizations. Discover innovative solutions, join exciting discussions, and expand your horizon, all in one powerful platform. Don't miss out on the future of social networking. Download EZedway Interactive now and unlock endless possibilities.
Awesome. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TNX. So like I was talking about before the commercial, we have a very special guest joining us today, Christopher Porras. Christopher, he's a young entrepreneur and CEO. He's the founder of RichesMadeLabel. He's based in Miami, Florida. He's only 20 years old, and he's already building an incredible has so many incredible ventures into different technologies, healthcare, music, and other emerging industries like cryptocurrency. So he's passionate about innovation, creativity, and creating meaningful solutions that inspire positive change. And I can say that as a fact because he is doing so much for a nonprofit organization also. So welcome, Chris.
What's going on, Aiden? What's going on, Chloe? Thank you so much for having me. It's just a pleasure and an honor to, be a part of this show. And, let's get to it. Thank you for the amazing introduction. And yeah, just got to be here.
Yeah, definitely, man. So yeah, I'm so excited to have you on here. So tell me, how did the idea of Riches Made Label, how did that come to life? Come to life. How did that name really represent you?
Well, so that's actually a good question, Aiden. So, Riches May label, started off as, a childhood dream of mine. you know, you know it better than me. When we were younger, we were not thinking like how Chloe is thinking. So she's ahead of her time already. But I've always I've always loved, music. I remember doing my first song as little as I can remember when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I always stuck with music. But when I got the first idea to start a record label was when I was 15. I was with my friend. We was just brainstorming, and then he was like, "Yo, we should start a record label, but what we're gonna call it?" So I told him, "Hold on, give me like 3 to 5 minutes. Let me really think about what we're gonna call the future, because this is the future." So I really took 3 to 5 minutes, and then the name just popped up in my head, Riches Made Records, and boom, ever since I just ran with it. But I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about it. I fell off with the music a little bit, and then until recently, that's when I started to pick it back up, and just fully go with it like 100%. And ever since I've done that, I haven't looked back. And I'm so glad that I did that.
100%. I love the idea of starting young. I say that a lot. I really push for that, especially for parents to start pushing their kids to be more creative when they're younger. Get off their games, get off the couch, and actually go do something. And yeah, I've been pushing that. I feel like that builds your work ethic. If you start young, you're more likely to stick with it. You find something you love early on, and you don't have to worry about that by the time you're paying bills. So yeah,
Exactly.
I love that answer. So Charlie, do you have any questions for Chris?
What would you like to say to kids and teens that will help them be confident in things they want to accomplish?
Hmm. That's actually a good question. So, what I'll say to teens and kids is, just think about what it is that you really want in life, and it could be a hobby or your passion, and just go at it full force. Because at the end of the day, nobody could really stop you but yourself. It's you versus you at the end of the day. Like nobody could tell you, yo, like you can't do that. Like you could do whatever you want, you could be whatever you want in this world, but it's up to you if you're willing to take the sacrifice and you know just have tunnel vision, stay focused, and just be consistent. And always get better. The goal is to always be 1% or 100% better than you were yesterday. You know, so just keep improving. Keep studying and stay ahead of the game. And whatever goal you have in your mind, just sit down, really think, write up a game plan, and execute.
Oh man, I love that answer. I love that answer. So yeah, Chris, what keeps you motivated when things get tough or uncertain, or say you don't have something going on right now? How do you maintain that level of peace and calmness?
Well, I just that's actually a good question. So you always got to know your why, right? So if you don't know what your why is, then what are you doing it for? And my why is basically, to make a name for myself, to put, my name on the map, not only my name but my city, but most importantly, I'm doing it for my family, you know. Um, everybody has a goal, and my goal is to, be the first millionaire or the first billionaire in my family. I'm working towards that. So that's my why. That's why I always get up every day. That's why, I'm in these different ventures. I'm always doing something, man. I'm always doing something.
And I love that. I love that. And you're such a big help. I love that you're exploring different things, especially when you came on to our companies. Your willingness to work and learn different things in the different industries. It's just impressive because not a lot of people are willing to get into that. So yeah, Charlie, I'll let you take on the next question.
Can you explain how important it is to make attainable goals to see your progress as you reach for your ultimate goal?
Can you repeat that question one more time, Charlie? Sorry.
Can you explain how important it is to make attainable goals to see your progress as you reach your ultimate goal?
Okay, that's actually a good question, Charlie. Yeah. So, reaching attainable goals could be, like small, you may look at it as small progress, as soon as you reach that attainable goal, but those small progresses is gonna is gonna make you keep going, and it's gonna make you reach that ultimate goal that you're trying to reach. You always gotta aim higher, no matter what, no matter how small the win is, always look at it as a win, and that's what's gonna keep you going, and that's why I always relate it back to sales, because sales taught me so much that no matter what, you always gotta strive for greatness. You always gotta reach your ultimate goal, and that's why it's important, like I said, to know your why. Because if you don't know your why, then why are you trying to reach that goal for? You know.
Man, that's a great answer. You're coming up with some amazing answers today, man. Those are like really motivational. I love those. I told you I'd surprise you with the questions we did.
Yes,
So yeah,
sir.
I have another question for you, Chris. Who were your biggest influences growing up? So say you got into the music game when you were really young. Who is the main person that you've tried to follow after and be like, I want to do this?
Um. Okay, so I'll say I get my inspiration from Master P, Cash Money and them, Birdman and them. But who really made me wanna start up a label? Um, I'll say it was Master P. That's where I really got the inspiration from, because Master P, he was NBA player, rap turned rapper, and then businessman. At one point I had hoop dreams. I was nice too. I could have made it to the NBA, but stuff happened. But that's where I really get my inspiration from, Master P. You know. But aside from Lil Wayne, Kodak, Drake, and all them, but that's really who made me want to start up a label for real. And I'll give credit to Young Dolph too. That's another inspiration that I get a lot from. As far as staying independent, going your own route, and instead of taking the shortcut, and taking a deal and stuff like that. Work your name up, put your name out there and stuff like that. Grow your own brand, and then stuff like that. If that makes sense.
It does. I love that. I love that. And before we get into a next question, I'm sorry, we have to go right into a commercial break. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Let me make your next outfit so together we can make a difference, changing the world one dress at a time. I love to inspire people of all ages to find their own gifts and talents, to love themselves for who they are. Our uniqueness is what makes us special. I love to make custom pieces for special occasions. Proceeds from sales helps me help others. I'm the founder and CEO of my own nonprofit, Charlie Designs a Whole New World.
Good game.
You will get the most reward with the GOAT 14 million. You will get the most reward.
Ryan, if you're watching, I love that commercial. But yeah, welcome back everybody to TNX. If you're just tuning in, we've been talking to our amazing guest Christopher Porras. We see about his journey in starting as such a young entrepreneur and also the founder of RichesMadeLabel. We've covered so much about his vision of starting as a young entrepreneur. And next, we're going to dive into some more insights about advice for young leaders and creators, just like you guys watching. So yeah, Charlie, I'll let you take over in the next question.
It seems to be harder for people to stay positive these days. Is there something you say or do that helps you stay positive?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. What I do is I just block out the noise. I just block out the naysayers. And I just do me. Because at the end of the day, like I said, at the beginning of the show, the only person that can stop you is yourself. So I just keep that in mind, and I just do what I gotta do, and I'm just about my business. But for the viewers watching, what I'll say is, just have a like I said, have a good PPA, good pitch pace attitude. meaning like that's the only thing you can really control is your attitude. But other than that, you can't really control anything else. You can't control what the next person says or thinks about you, or if they talk behind your back, or stuff of those things of those natures. But the only thing that you can really control is how you react and how you will go about a certain situation. So you just gotta stay positive and stick with God.
Oh man, I love that, and a lot of people, everyone listening, you should really take that advice. Through as an entrepreneur myself and helping run a business, I definitely know what it means to have all these things happen to you and pile on you and things to go wrong. But all you can do is just keep pushing forward. And I mean, if you get mad about it, if you get sad about it, all that will do is affect you and then just make it worse. Then you'll go down like a rabbit hole. So just stay positive, everybody. Thank you, Chris, for that answer.
Thank you
So
for that question.
yeah, no problem. So you're involved in a lot of different industries, right? From tech to music, and then you're also in crypto. How do you balance this creativity and business? Um,
Well, how I balance it is, I'm always seeking, for greater things. So, how I got involved in these different industries is, people come up to me. They're like, yo, they come up to me with ideas. I'm kind of like the idea guy. So they come up to me. They're like, yo, we should do this, we should do that, and I'm open to it. I'm open to a lot of things. Because there's a lot of money to be made out here. You know it better than me, Aiden. There's a lot of money to be made out here. So that's why I'm in these different ventures because there's a lot of money. So, but not only that, but I just get fascinated and always learning and always having a thirst for more knowledge.
yeah, definitely. I love that. I love that. Always have a plan B, a plan C. Like that's what you're building. If something doesn't go right, okay, you have this to fall on, and if that doesn't go right, you have this to fall on. So yeah, I love that. Love that mindset. So yeah, Charlie, I'll let you take on the next question for Chris.
We all need to do things for ourselves too. Do you have things you like to do, like hiking or going to the beach? I like to call it earthing.
Okay. Yeah. As far as hobbies, right? As far as hobbies, right? I mean, yeah, I do have a couple hobbies. Um, you know, I like to make music. That's why I always consider, like, before I consider myself a founder or CEO or anything, I always say that I'm an artist first. Because I do make music now too. On the side, I just run the label. But if anything, I do that as a hobby. I just run the label as a hobby. But what I like to do for fun, is really make music. That's my passion for real. And other than making music, I like to play basketball. And when I have time, I'll, you know, play the game or something. As far as video games and stuff like that.
Wow, that's awesome. And yeah, where can people find your music to build off that? Yeah, where can people find your music? Where can people find your record label, your social media?
Well, people can find my music on YouTube, and recently I just uploaded some music on SoundCloud. I am working on getting a distribution so I could be on all platforms. But for
Mhm.
now, they can find me on YouTube at RichesMadeLabel, and it's the same for the SoundCloud, RichesMadeLabel.
Awesome. Sounds good. So everyone, please go check out his music. Go subscribe to him. Anyway, I bet his music is good. I've listened to some. He has amazing voice. So everyone go watch. So yeah, how do you define success at this stage of life? You have so many things going on. What's the moment in life where you're going to be like, okay, I made it?
That's actually a good question. So, how I define the success is when I'm able to basically, the moment that I know that I made it is when I got $1 million in my bank account and when I'm getting called for billion dollar deals. That's when I'm like, oh yeah, I made it. But for now, I'll say what really defines success for me is just being able to take care of my family without any problem. Without any problem when money is no longer an issue. That's what I'll find success. Or when my business ventures are so successful that I don't need to basically be involved in the mix anymore, where I could just pay other people to do it or to run the show when I could just chill back in Costa Rica, sipping tea, just relaxing, just chilling on the beach,
Man, I love that. That's the dream, man. But we got to go into another commercial break. Chris, it was such a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be on here. I know you're a busy man. So thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you so much for Aiden and Chloe. I just wanted to say, shout out Jeremy, shout out you guys, and also, before I get out the camera or whatever the show, I just wanted to let you guys know, go vote for me. I'm in a competition in French Montana in a company called Orbi, and right now I'm currently in fourth place. So you guys go vote for me, help me get that number one spot, man. The third round ends tomorrow. You know, so you guys go ahead and tap in and show support for your boy.
What's
Let's
the
get
link
it.
for that? And what's the link for that?
The link. Is there anywhere where I could share it right here in the chat?
I will put it out during the post when this is posted. I will put that out. No problem.
Perfect. I'm gonna actually share it in the chat, so you already have it. I just shared it.
Sounds good, man. But thank you so much for being on here. I hope you have an amazing night, Chris.
You too, man. Thank you so much for having me. Have a nice, wonderful rest of your day, both of you guys.
Thank you.
When disaster strikes, it doesn't just take homes. It takes safety and it takes hope.
Aiden and I, we've stood side by side with families that have lost everything in one moment and became homeless. All it takes is one act of kindness to change everything for them.
And that's why me and my dad started Relief Alliance, to help individuals overcome their toughest moments.
But we can't do it alone. There's families out there right now that need your help.
And for the price of 2 cups of coffee, you can provide a family food, clothes, water, and shelter every single month. Donate today at reliefalliance.org.
That's reliefalliance.org. Please be the hope that a family needs tomorrow. Thank you.
Join the fastest growing community of professionals on the internet with OWL. Access new networks and otherwise unreachable professional contacts through the one-on-one call feature on the app. Scroll through the list of available professionals and join them for a quick call to build rich connections, expand invaluable relationships, and to broaden your professional landscape without needing lofty referrals. OWL. We bring vetted pros to your doorstep 24/7 on demand. Join our community by signing up at owl.com today.
Let me make your next outfit so together we can make a difference, changing the world one dress at a time. I love to inspire people of all ages to find their own gifts and talents, to love themselves for who they are. Our uniqueness is what makes us special. I love to make custom pieces for special occasions. Proceeds from sales helps me help others. I'm the founder and CEO of my own nonprofit, Charlie Designs a Whole New World.
Awesome. Welcome back, everybody, to TNX. If you're just tuning in, we just finished talking with our amazing guest, Christopher Porras, about his journey as a young entrepreneur, and he is the CEO and founder of RichesMadeLabel. So our episode is almost over, but Charlie, how was the episode? Did you enjoy interviewing him?
I love each and every episode. Thank you for bringing him on today.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Charlie, for being on here with me. It's such an honor. And tell your mom I said hi. And I look forward to speaking to you guys again. Awesome. So, yeah, I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing night. It was such an honor being on here with you, Charlie. So I want to give a huge thanks one more time to our incredible production team. My dad, Jeremy McNally. He is the executive producer of the show and the showrunner. We have Jamie Leroy, Charlie's mom, such an amazing powerhouse mom, and she is just a wonderful duo with her daughter. Stephanie Finley with S. Finley Photos, and we have Tanaki and Robert Graham with Saying No to Drugs is Cool. So if you like today's episode, everybody, make sure to follow along, stay connected with us, and keep spreading the word about TNX. We're going to be bringing you more and more amazing stories inspiration in more young leaders making a difference. So I'm Aiden McNally. This is my co-host, Charlie Leroy, and we will see you next time on TNX. Very good.